This might upset a few people, but classic cars are way greener than you think. Manufacturing one new EV battery can create more CO2 than driving a classic petrol car for 10 years. Most classics do under 2,000 miles a year. They're well maintained, they're repaired, they are cherished, and they are never scrapped. Sustainability isn't just about electric cars, it's about using what already exists. That literally is the definition of sustainability. If saving the planet means killing passion, maybe we are driving in the wrong direction. Maybe we need to keep those older cars alive longer. Think you need loads of money to look like you're driving an expensive car? Think again. I'm going to tell you about 3 cars that will make you look rich but don't cost the earth. Number 3 on this list is the Jaguar XJ, the X250 model. Aluminium body, V8 style, old school luxury. It looks like money even when it's parked and just coughing. Number 2 is the Chrysler 300C, a sort of mini Bentley. Gangster stance, Mercedes E-Class bits underneath, and you can pick one up for less than the price of one of those new electric scooters. Number 1, of course, the Mercedes S-Class, because come on, you're in the boss mode. You could be a superstar, an industry leader, a mafia gangster boss, or dictator. Everyone will assume you the man. Just don't let them see you crying when you look at the running costs on that thing. Listen, follow me for this stuff and more before everybody else figures it out. Car culture is being driven underground, literally and figuratively. You've got to ask, is this all happening by design? Think about it. From driving restrictions, parking problems, ridiculous speed limits, and then emissions legislations plus taxes, costs, insurance premiums. And all of that makes owning and enjoying cars starting to feel, well, not just hard, but actually something that's antisocial. Car people would gather at pubs or cafes or in car parks to swap stories, pop bonnets, talk about modifications. But now if there's a bunch of cool cars gathering in a car park, chances are that some resident will probably call the cops. To be fair, bad behavior by some people, I'm talking about, loud revving, drifting, and donuts, this doesn't really help, so anybody that's engaging in that, stop it. This nonsense is not helping, unless you're doing it in a private dedicated facility where it's fine. Meanwhile, remember that car culture isn't always about this sort of stuff and about showing off. It's about community, it's about creativity, it's about engineering, it's about passion, it's a hobby, and it's about, most of all, connecting people over machines. We can't let regulation erase something that brings people together. Keep meeting, keep driving, keep celebrating what makes car people great. Did you know the UK Scrappage scheme has killed more classics than Rust ever did? Oh yeah, believe me. Perfectly good cars we're talking about, roadworthy, often loved, scrapped just to meet government and emissions targets. Some were genuinely rare. We're talking old Volvos, Jaguars, early MX-5s, and even Saab 900s. Many owners traded them in for paltry sums because they were told it was the green thing to do. But destroying a car that's already been built, maintained, and is usable is the opposite of sustainable. Literally, it's the opposite of the definition of the word sustainable. You can't recycle history. That's how we've lost thousands of potential future classics. Not to time, but to pointless policy. Everyone's angry about 20 miles per hour zones, but honestly, that's not the real issue here. You see, in the right places, as they say, 20 is plenty. We're talking outside schools, hospitals, or busy high streets. But not on a 3-lane road. I'm looking at you, Finchley Road. Plus the rollout of these speed limits is crazy. The road is 30 miles per hour 1 minute, suddenly drops to 20, round the corner it could be a 40, all for no reason it seems. And then you've got cameras lurking everywhere, racking up fines faster than local council is fixing the potholes. Is this all for safety, or is this for revenue? Well, you decide. The thing is, drivers are not anti-safety, dare I say it, they are anti-bullshit. They say use public transport, it's better for the planet. So I thought, right, let's do the responsible thing. Leave the car and let, as they used to say, let the train take the strain. So I headed for the underground. I'm on the platform and there's a guy pacing up and down, aggressively shouting at everyone to F off. And then, when I finally get onto the tube train, another bloke, the carriage is empty, I should have known why, because I got on there's one bloke sitting in the far corner, and he's just yelling incoherently the whole way. It's enough, literally was enough, to make you get off at the next stop. Honestly, it's like being paid to be emotionally traumatized. And then to the train station, where I had to catch a train. The first leg, the train out of Euston, was delayed. And then they decided to terminate it ahead of its destination where I actually then needed to change trains. I then had to get another train and then another train. So 2 changes instead of 1 because of connections that were missed. It just all became a complete faff. And oh, and by the way, the Wi-Fi was crap the whole way. It's worth mentioning. They always say, oh, there's Wi-Fi on the train. Just sit there and use your work. I think you can't. It doesn't work properly. Next day, heading back, guess what? Train's delayed again. And when it does come, I'm standing for 20 minutes because the train's just completely jam-packed. So I have to stand to the next station. When I get there, there's only about 4 minutes between my train and catching the next train that I need to get, which is at a platform that is at the other end of the concourse. So I run like crazy to get there. Finally, I get back into London and then I have to swap back to the underground, but then we're right in the middle of rush hour. So now I'm crammed into a tube carriage like sardines. There's no space and certainly no seating. So door to door, this took over 3 hours. By car, it would have cost about the same money and taken about half an hour less. And I'd have been in my own space, I've been in comfort, I'd be listening to tunes, I'd set the climate control, or I'd be undisturbed and I'd be comfortable, and I would have set off at my actual point of departure and alighted at my actual destination without any additional trudging around. All right, maybe this was just a bad luck couple of days, but come on. If you want people to ditch their cars, you've got to make public transport clean, efficient, affordable, and appealing. Because right now, all that happened was that it really made me want my car and want to drive more than ever. Top 3 cars that were hated but are now collectible gold. I'll tell you about them. At number 3, let's talk Pontiac Aztek. Yeah, one of the ugliest cars ever to have existed, but now it's pure Breaking Bad nostalgia. At number 2, the gorgeous BMW Z8. People thought it was overpriced and soft, but today it's a £1 million unicorn. At number 1, the Ferrari Mondial. Yeah, the 4-seater one that everybody thought it was a cheap Ferrari because nobody wanted it, nobody cared about it, and everybody mocked it. But now, guess what? Prices are rising faster than inflation. So the moral of the story? Today's joke could be tomorrow's jackpot. Hold on to yours. The top 3 things that car makers have quietly stolen from us over the years. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. At number 3, spare tires. Now you just end up with a compressor and a can of hope. At number 2, physical buttons. You're constantly poking at screens these days like a toddler with an iPad instead of actually driving. And number 1, the beloved handbrake lever. That simple mechanical racketing joy that you could just yank up whenever you felt like it, that's gone. Instead you get electric switches and everybody losing the art of a quick 180. Is this progress or is this the death of fun? You tell me. Now here's a paradox for you. Car makers built the electric revolution in the sense that they're building EVs, but now they're the ones trying to slow the whole thing down, if not quite pull the plug out of its socket. Well, Britain's still aiming to ban new petrol and diesel cars by the year 2030. That's still the case. 5 years earlier, by the way, than the rest of Europe. Interesting how that whole take back control thing worked out post-Brexit, isn't it? Anyway, meanwhile, even Germany's biggest car companies, we're talking Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, they're all lobbying to delay or soften that 2035 ban in Europe. Crazily, they are now actually making fantastic EVs. So why are they being so resistant about this? Well, because they know their customers. They know drivers still want choice. They still want freedom. They don't want forced conformity. Even as they invest literally billions of euros, billions of dollars into this electric revolution, they're saying, you know what, can we let the market decide and not politicians? Because what the politicians are saying is not necessarily working. So if car makers themselves are uneasy about this whole deadline thing, then maybe, the rest of us should also be asking, why is that? And is this the right thing to do? Did you know that your car might actually be lying to you every time you drive it? Oh yeah. The speedometer in your car deliberately overreads by up to 10%. So when it says that you're doing 70 miles per hour, you might actually only be doing 63 miles per hour. Manufacturers build that in to cover their backs legally. They'd rather that you think you're going faster than risk being blamed for a speeding fine. It's baked into the regulations too. By law, a speedo can never underread, it can only overread. So next time your mate says to you, I broke the speed limit to get here, you can reply, did you? Did you really though? If you've ever looked back at your car after you parked it, you're a car person. That glance, that isn't always just vanity, it's pride. It's a small ritual that says, yeah, that's mine. We've been places, and very soon I'll be back behind the wheel again, and god damn, don't you look good. Yeah, it's all about the bond between man and machine, something that phones and apps and algorithms can't replace. To anyone who understands what that look back is really all about, welcome to the Brown Car Guy. You're in the right place. This is your safe space. Have you seen this? They've turned roads into Birkenhead into what looks like a packet of Wotsits exploded all over the tarmac. Yeah, this is the new traffic calming and pedestrian friendly scheme, except all it's really done is just left everybody in the area totally confused. Drivers don't know where to drive, pedestrians don't know where to walk, and even cyclists are like, whose lane is this supposed to be? Is it my lane? Where am I supposed to cycle? Is this supposed to be some kind of artified road scheme? Because frankly, it's more like an accident waiting to happen in Technicolor. They say it'll make the area into a nicer place to shop. But once again, as I keep saying, they're restricting cars, the very thing that bring people to those shops. Sure, it'll look colorful, but with no drivers, no shoppers, and probably soon no businesses, and everything closes, well, you know what? At least the empty streets will be very Instagrammable. You can do fashion shoots and stuff there, I suppose. Honestly, this is what happens when planners design from behind a desk instead of from behind a wheel.
Quick thought. I've just seen a couple of those brand new Toyota Priuses being used as Ubers. I'm telling you, those cars are far too good looking to be used as Ubers. What do you think?
Hi guys, if you're enjoying this video, finding it useful, then don't forget to hit that like button and share and comment if you can as well, and support independent journalism channels like mine. You can do that at patreon.com, at coffee.com, or right here on YouTube you can take out a voluntary subscription. Or you know what? You can buy my books. I've got 3 out at the moment. One is a fantastic thriller. It's a novel. It's called The Ulysses Files. Go check it out, about the war on cars. And I've got a collection of short stories. That's called Quantum Races, and that's out at the moment. And then this year I put out How to Be an Automotive Content Creator. It's about how to do what I do, and that's all of these are now available on Amazon. If you buy any of those books, I will be very, very grateful. If you buy all 3, I'll put you into a draw to win a unique and exclusive set keyring and Brown Car Guy badge. There are only 17 of these left. There were only 20, 3 have gone out. There's just 17 left now, so hurry up with that. Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links. Or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps. It really does.